When the 1988 Rugby League season was about to commence, there was much to look forward to. We had a new home for Rugby League, the $62 million Sydney Football Stadium, and the inclusion of 3 new clubs, the Brisbane Broncos, the Gold Coast Giants and the Newcastle Knights. Rugby League's boundaries were certainly extending, and the challenges for the Winfield Cup were coming from further afield. The speculation was rife about the Broncos. Could their State of Origin stars prove as dominant in the Winfield Cup? And could King Wally extend his monarchy south of the border? Well, Wally and the Broncos would answer their doubters the best way they could. They would win their first 6 games before falling to Balmain, proof indeed that they were worthy participants in the toughest rugby league competition in the world. But it was a wet welcome to the Sydney Football Stadium for the Premiership opener. The rain swept through the stadium as Saints and Easts got the season underway.
There's the side of the magnificent new Sydney Football Stadium, and the referee for this history-making clash tonight, Greg McCallum.
The magnificent stadium, $60-odd million, and it looks fantastic.
Craig Young, back inside it goes to Bailey. Trewella's there. First real chance for St George now to really put the pressure on. Fraser tending to run one out. O'Connell. Last tackle for the Saints. Pretty gentle. Gill. Up it goes. Anybody's ball. Brian Johnston comes up with it. And Brian Johnston will cut for the try from St George. Well, they all looked around. Nobody wanted the football. It came into the hands of Brian Johnston. The defence held off. And it was all too easy.
Yeah, the State Bank replay shows clearly the way this try came. Up goes the kick. It's a well-weighted kick. It's gone high enough for the players to get underneath on the charge. They've gone up. Johnson gets it on the rebound. It came back to him from one of his own players. He surges straight ahead, and he's a very tough man to pull down close to the line. And from another angle, we'll watch it again as the players run towards us. Up goes the kick very, very high, allowing everyone time to come through and get onside. Watch it hit a St George player. Number 5, Walford, was the player there, or Gill it was, number 6. And he gets it on the ricochet to Johnson, and Johnson's in for a good try.
What can they lay on here? Johnston again involved. Stands and unloads easily. Tackles falling off him. Marshall. Trevor Bailey, I should say, going straight for the goal line. St George on well and truly on a roll now. Gill, gentle. Well, grabbed beautifully by Beattie and Graham Wynn. They had to score. They had to score, St George. They had the numbers out wide. And the Saints fans celebrate at the new Sydney Football Stadium.
State Bank replay. When the Saints go marching in, do they march? Look at this chain passing along the line. They were going to score all the time so long as nobody dropped the ball. It was just magnificent. Out it went after that great run from Marshall. Out quickly along the line. And there's Wynn coming up with the ball now. Throws the dummy. 2 defenders have gone past. And he's in for the first try. Again from ground level. Out she sweeps. It's a very ordinary sort of move. It's something that St George have been doing in the past. In their good years, they looked great when they'd made a break and then they would spin it out quickly. Well, it's come back tonight and Graham Wynn's reaped the benefit.
The Sydney Football Stadium, magnificent sight from the top of the grandstand. In fact, we're looking even higher than that. We're over the top of the cameraman, up on the top of the roof, and we've had our oxygen at half-time. Almost like calling a game of football from a jumbo jet, isn't it, Rex?
Yes, I believe there we are up at the commentary position. You can see the rain coming down now.
Gentle. Gill. Good ball to Moore. Equally good pass to support back on the inside. Beattie trying to find it now. Walford. Well, I thought the pass might have been a touch forward. Great try though for St George. There was plenty of players in support. It was a line ball and McCallum was right on the spot. And this game getting way away from eastern suburbs now.
State Bank replay will clear up the forward pass if there was one. There's the good intrusion coming from Moore, the fullback who chimed in to make the extra man. He gets the pass on to Beattie. Beattie goes well. gets a pass away which looked fairly marginal. We can't tell from that angle. And onto Walford, and Walford's in for the try. That was a first-class bit of football. Good sweeping passes. There's the way that he created the opening by doing a little bit of a jig with the ball and going a few yards then before giving it out to Beattie. Beattie props, goes back on the inside, gets a pass. It did look fractionally forward, but the referee was directly in line with it. So Walford scores the try underneath the post.
Well, there's the siren. A great start to the Winfield Cup in 1988 for St George. The new Sydney Football Stadium and eastern suburbs. I would think no doubt favourites for tonight's game. They've come up on the losing end and an upset to get us underway this season. Still 10 metres out. Opening minutes of the debut into the Winfield Cup in 88 for the Brisbane Broncos. Last tackle. They've gone to the air each occasion, and again, more pressure for Shearer. Well, he's lost it. This has got to be a try under the post. They've crashed over. Another mistake from Dale Shearer, and the Broncos have gone over for their first try, and Lang Park erupts.
And the Broncos are just 32 metres out from the Manly line. Here's Langer to Lewis. Lewis stepping nicely. Lewis to the corner line. Lewis looks for support. Down the lead, Langer. Langer still going. 10 metres out. His pass is picked up again by Lewis, who is backing up. It's the Lewis and Langer show. Here comes G. G is only about 2 metres from the Manly line. Last tackle signal for the Broncos. Langer, the little kick through. This time, Shearer's able to take it well. And Shearer will play it only about a metre in the field of play. Dear, oh dear, that was the Lewis and Langer show all over again, wasn't it?
Yes, they worked very well together there.
Well, they say that for a team to do well, a good half and a 5'8" must go hand in hand. Hopefully not off the field. Now Lyons is in the clear. Lyons is to the halfway mark. He's dropped. He's looked for support. Here comes Shearer. Now Shearer caught. Well, Hasler was with him and went without the ball. But Manly's still on the charge. O'Connell to the corner line. He's got support too from Lyons. Lyons run out of support. It's still there in the shape of Brisbane this time, unfortunately for Manly. And did Brisbane at least turning defence into attack as Chris Johns brings play upfield. What a game of football. The pace is tremendous.
Sensational piece of rugby league from one end of the field. Now they're trying to turn it around, the Broncos. Manly bombed those tries. They really had a couple of opportunities. Now it's the Broncos. Hancock. Hasler's across in cover. Terrific play from the little halfback. He read that Shearer was up in the line. He dropped back. He was the last hope for Manly. Now they go wide. The long ball. Out they go through G. Scott. Great action for the fans at Lang Park. Neebling in trouble for the Broncos. He's limped to the sideline. Lewis working with Miles now. When they go wide, they look dangerous. Again, Hasler reading play. There's the sad side of Brian Neebling, clutching at a knee. Bit of a lull in the action. Tremendous pace. Not for Desi Hasler, though. He finds a gap right up the middle. Oh, and he just couldn't get the ball to Ronson. Ronson was away, and now it's the Broncos. The counter-attack. Matt Birkin-Davis, the last resort. He steps inside Johns. Quick play of the ball required. The crowd really shouting for the Broncos now for the support. Billy Noak. He's collected by Owen Cunningham. Langer, Miles, they set themselves out wide. The big man, short ball for Madison. And again, great defence from Des Hasler. He's been everywhere for the Sea Eagles. 5 metres out, Langer. Hone. Keith G. Just short, he's a metre short. Langer, the dummy. Lewis, try, easy. Easy try for Wally Lewis.
Kilroy running back on after 5 minutes in the sin bin. Here's Kinescu getting it to Lewis. Lewis. They hung off Lewis. Lewis is going to score. Oh, Lewis has done it so easily.
In front of some 20,000 fans here at Lang Park. G into the Manly quarter. They've controlled the ball a lot better than the Sea Eagles. Billy Noak. Madison goes the blind, looks for the gap up the middle. Again, it's sloppy defence. They've fallen apart. Manly have come apart at the seams in the second half, and Lang Park again explodes. He's picked up a try just a few moments ago. The last tackle for Brisbane. Lewis. He's controlled the match. Plenty of open spaces and time here for the Brisbane defence to get down there. Shearer. Johns. Oh, that pass has gone well and truly forward. Should be a try. It is a try. Try number 2 for Terry Madison. Elementary mistakes.
Last tackle signal. Johns very slow to get to his feet. Here's Lewis.
A flick pass beautifully to home, but it's gone astray. Still alive, though. Alan Langer out to the Smokin' Joe Kilroy. And big Joe Kilroy, Smokin' Joe, puts it down for the big 4-0. And there is the full-time siren sounding. The party is over for Manly at this trip to Lang Park. King Wally reigns supreme with his Brisbane Broncos side. That's what it's like up here, folks. So Sterling works it for Parramatta inside the Manly quarter. It's gone with the feed. Here's Scott. Ella. Now it's back to Sterling. And look at the Manly forwards, just as keen, moving right in. That's where they're trying to get the Parramatta side as they swing the ball wide. Delroy comes in. Got it up to Lindner down the blind side. Lindner for the line and scores! Yes, for the under-21s, it was a resounding victory to Parramatta by 28 points to 6. But hold on, if you're a Parramatta fan in the reserve grade, they came up 38 to Manly 10.
Certainly was a win in reserve grade. McKinnon again stands. Here's Desi Hazler. He has Dale Shearer in support on the inside. Now he uses Shearer. Well, Delroy stopped his progress partially. He picks up Lyons, and it's a great Manly try. That's the comeback they've been searching for. Chalmers. Again, a strong tackle from Daly. Last tackle for the Eels. Sterling. Oh, the fence just opened up there. It's off the uprights. This could be a try. It is. Well, straight off the uprights. If it was anybody else bar Peter Sterling, you'd say he meant the kick.
Manly charging back. Vaughton to Lyons. And now Crusher. Crusher's out of one. Still going. Big fella got it away to Hagan, and Hagan scores. Put that down to Blossom.
Here comes Cleal on the short line. No trouble in beating Taylor. Back inside it goes for Charlie Haggett. Well, it's a second occasion he's fed off Cleal. Back for Lyons. Quickly to Davis. He has support. Back to Haggett. He's got Michael O'Connor if he used him up. Here comes Erickson. Great tackle. Well, great cover from Michael Erickson to get there. The crowd loving this game.
Gee, Bill Anderson, you were worried about the Parramatta forwards creating some holes around there for Manly. This is happening.
Mate, I thought last week that Parramatta had a few problems. Oh, look at O'Connor.
No problems now, Bill, as O'Connor set sail and got support from Lyons, and Lyons is in under the post. Oh, how sweet that is for Manly.
Manly have certainly come into their own. Bill, do you think that pace could have been kept up the way Parramatta started?
No, I don't, but as I suggested in the Eyewitness News on Friday night, I wasn't totally convinced with these Parramatta forwards in their game against Barlow. Break by Hasler here, looking for support.
Well, here he goes again. There is support there. Big Donny McKinnon. Could have, while he was looking for Cliff Lyons, it would have been his third. Quick play of the ball required, and another try should be on the board. They're on the rack, Parramatta. Haggett. Borton. Easy. No defence to beat.
Now, Lyons. Inside for O'Connor. O'Connor. Still going, O'Connor. And the pass offloaded to Gately. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon with the try line in front of him. Reaches out and scores. Donny McKinnon. Parramatta now desperately trying to do something for their fans at least. Here's Sterling. And pass straight into the waiting arms of Lyons. And how easy is that try? Cliff Lyons will not score an easier try in his life. Now Shearer living in that back line now. Vaughton spinning out of it. Finding support from Shearer. It's on again. Shearer runs right away from Krankovic and he'll score under the post. Great individual try from Dale Shearer. Now Cleal again. Back again to Gately and Haggett and Shaw and Lyons and O'Connor. Coming back the other way, got around Sterling, still going O'Connor to the quarter line. Does anybody want to tackle him? He's got it out now to Matt Burke. Burke 10 metres out. Oh, how easy is this? Burke underneath the post. That's how close they are. Shaw to Shearer. And away to O'Connor, and he's in again. Shaw. Nowhere to go. Parramatta fans can't wait for this full-time siren to sound. Those that are left, that is. Cunningham. And there it is. And referee Ward says, that'll do us. And the embarrassing scoreline as the Manly fans wave their banners. 64 points to 12.
At the International Sports Centre, a massive crowd of 25,000 came along. Newcastle, following on from last week's victory, posted their best results so far against the Tigers. Both sides scored 3 tries, but 4 goals by Robbie Chew proved the difference. Final score, Newcastle 20, Balmain 16.
Side Peter Wilkins.
Well, just a quiet murmur at this stage, David, but looking behind me, a lot of keen eyes, and they're ready to explode, let me tell you. Balmain aren't doing a bad job of it early, though.
And here's Conlon, and there's Sheridan. Sheridan in space, he's got it away. Jack for the line, back inside to Parrish. Parrish almost lost control of that ball. The referee in quickly, and he's going to get up and play it. Only a metre or so out from the line as it comes away. Now Rolls trying to go on his own. Held up by Conescu. Couple of metres out. Brooks at dummy half. Comes away. Now that's Elias. Conlon, the ball comes away to Scotty Gale. Out wide, it's finished up now towards the winger and Davidson, and he'll score. Davidson for the line. Just outside the quarter line. Elias on his own. Down the inside, Roach. He's got away to Jack. Jack for the line. Jack will score. Jack's in. Good try.
Well, David, the crowd just starting to warm up behind me, but I tell you what, this Balmain side, just as we see a break from the Broncos, the Balmain side, every time the Broncos have the ball, look as though they've been told, well, we can give away the odd penalty or two, but keep hitting that line, and they're going.
And here's a chance. Here's a good chance for the Broncos. Langer, he's got it out wide to G. G still going on his own. Back on the inside, that's Note. Note's got away from one. He sent the pass away, and the Broncos are pulled down only a couple of metres out. Could even be constituted a penalty as Testament can't get up and play it. The ball towed through and the play the ball, and this will be a try, or will it? Yes. Triebman scored. The referee said 6 to go. And here's Sheridan. Sheridan certainly gave some good day at argues there.
You notice Benny Elias moving away from the dummy half position, then turning it back inside, opening up half a gap for Sheridan.
And there's Roach, another good strong run. Last tackle against Balmain. Steve Edmund pops it up. Can't be held there by Elias. Rolls gets it, and Rolls' kick has come off the hands of Hancock. Hancock now has managed to keep it in the field of play, and Gale will score! That could well be the game! So they've got a chance to get right back into the game, right here and now. Madison, Lewis on his own. He got away from Maguire, he can't get away from Edmund, but he's got within 5 metres of the line. Brisbane right on the boil. Cornescu, it comes to Hone, to Cornescu, quickly from Dowling. It goes away to G. G can't get out of the tackle though. Desperate defence from Michael Neal. Couple of metres out from that Balmain line. Hancock, Dowling, and Dowling's easy meat for the Balmain defence, which moved up very quickly. Last tackle against the Broncos. Lewis, quick hands, it goes to Madison. Over the top, Hancock, a villain 1 minute, a hero the next. Madison dummy half. Quickly, Lewis back on the inside, Dowling. Dowling trying to get his pass away. Can't get his arms free. Last tackle against Brisbane. It comes away. Madison, he elects to put up the bomb. It's coming down right on the goal post. They all go high. Brisbane, I think, have gone highest and scored. And he's got a lot of ability and a lot of organising ability as Edmund takes it ahead now for Balmain. They're only a couple of metres out. It's 18 all at the moment. There's Elias. Elias throws the dummy. He's in! Benny Elias has scored the try! Cornescu, Langer. Out it comes to Miles. Miles has got it away. Scott can't get his pass away though. Only 8 metres away from that Balmain line. Note goes on his own. The pass comes away to Hone. He flicks the pass away. Teevan, and Teevan's in for the try. No try. The referee has ruled no try because the touch judge had ruled that the player has gone touch in goal.
Great cover defence by Balmain here to cut Teven down. Note sends it out to Hone, who floats along past. They had the overlap, and for all money, Teven was going to score, but Gary Jack comes across and rolls him over on his back. Magnificent tackle from Gary Jack. Just superb to stop that try. Away to Langer. Langer's got Lewis in support him. Turney got it away to G. G up to the halfway line. G over halfway and taken in a magnificent ball and all tackle. Gary Jack again. The siren goes. The referee blows. And that's it. Balmain have defeated the Brisbane Broncos. The Broncos' first defeat in the Winfield Cup in 1988. A superb game of football. There's the man that broke the deadlock, little Benny Elias. Balmain too strong by 26 points to 18.
Langmack gets to the quarter line. Now here's Mortimer. And Tony Curry into the gap. Curry is up to the halfway mark. Looks for support. He's got Sandy Campbell with him. Campbell down the touchline. Chased by Alexander. Beautiful tackle, Alexander.
Well, that should have gone back inside. Ocean's asking the question. He had support. It should have been passed by Campbell.
Oh, have a look at this. This is rugby league at its absolute best. There's Campbell going on the fly. He's had a beautiful sprint after the break in the middle by Tony Curry, and Alexander creamed him with a beautiful tackle. Just see it again. It's a beautiful tackle. Alexander stretched out perfectly, dive, beautiful dedication, whips his legs over the sideline. Great stuff. Now the Panthers. Bringing it out via Mark Geyer. Rushes into the defence. Robart's back on his feet, seems to be okay. Alexander switching play to Van der Voort. Van der Voort saw a gap. He's gone straight through it. Turn it back inside to Alexander. Alexander to the corner line. He's got support from Green. David Green will score for Penrith. Underneath the post. Magnificent football. Now Geyer, who on a number of occasions so far has just stood his ground with 3 or 4 Canterbury players hanging off him. Now Izzard, interception! McCarthy, just like his father in the grand final, 1968 all over again. McCarthy intercepts and scores. Done. Able to slip it back for Thomas. Thomas looked for support, but Izzard was there to take him. Now Lamb through the dummy and fooled everybody. He's got support, puts a little kick through for Tony Curry. Curry in Robards. Curry gets to it, and Curry will score. A great Canterbury try.
Colson on the short blind. Thorne. Kicks play. Infield. 14-6. Canterbury over Penrith. Sargent beats Goodwin. Strong front rower, played well against South Sydney last weekend. Well, that was a pressure pass from Steve Mortimer. Did well to take it, Langmack. Again, they switch the play. Mortimer decides to run. He puts Terry Lamb through the gap. He has support in Ocean. Ocean and Alexander. He has support inside. He'll score. That's a try to Canterbury. Simmons. Clements just managed to drag that pass back in. Well, Royce has got to start calling the shots. Can't believe that this ball isn't going wide. Alexander. Now it does. Izzard. Chris Mortimer. There's a half gap there that closed very quickly by his brother Steve. Peter Kelly. Unloads back for Izzard. Chris Mortimer. Green. Try number 2. This game coming back to life. The ball's been kicked through. That Canterbury forward is offside. So again, the game is still to be won.
Yeah, Joe Thomas emerging there in a hopefully offside position and kicks the ball out from underneath Alexander.
Will they have any more time than just maybe the one tackle? Clements right on halfway. There it is. They came back strongly, Penrith, but just not strong enough. And Canterbury have wrapped up now their 7th game in as many as 8 games. 18-12, Canterbury over the Panthers.
At Tweed Heads, Brisbane scored the first try just 4 minutes in.
Madison finds James Miles, gets it away to Lewis, and Lewis is into the corner.
But the Giants hit back with 2 tries and a 12-10 lead at the break.
It's loose on the ground. Try, is it for Chris Close? Yes, it is.
Urged on by a crowd of more than 14,000, the Giants scored 2 more tries in the second half, which gave the club its first premiership win. Final score, Giants 25, Broncos 22 in a great game of rugby league.
3 points to 16.
At Caltex Field, Cronulla's grinding start against Balmain turned into a thrilling finish. Cian Watson opened for the Sharks, then Gavin Miller put centre Mark McGaw beautifully away, and Gary Jack, back from suspension, made an uncharacteristic mess in cover defence. Coleman scored the Sharks' third to put them up 16-2 before replacement winger Russell Gartner stormed off Clint Robinson's pass to revive the Tigers. Captain Pearce fired away for Robinson to score Balmain's second. Then, as full-time blew, Elias and Neal put McGarry over the line, but the ref had already turned his back and no pleading would change the bottom line. Cronulla 16, Balmain 14.
Now Backo. Defence is good though, puts him down, Tessman over the top, Needling underneath. Henjack and O'Sullivan out for Jackson. Jackson saw the gap and went straight through it, looks for support inside, found it too with Belcher backing up beautifully, and he's going to score under the post, or next to the post. Beautiful try. And Canescu looking for support, not finding a lot. Taking play inside the quarter. Langer, a little dummy, back the other way, finds Plowman. Now it's back with Dowling. Back for Madison. And they're certainly keeping it alive pretty well. But can they keep the pressure on? It's the last tackle for the Broncos. Miles, one-handed flick pass away to Hancock, and Hancock's going to score underneath the post. Gene Miles has moved out to the centre again after starting as a second rower, now with that temporary replacement. Oh, look at Daly. Daly's gone straight through. They won't catch him. Smoking Joe's coming at him, but Daly's got too much pace. Daly will score adjacent to the post. Yes, good attack from both sides. Lead-up work from Canberra just a moment or so ago was excellent. Unable to go on with it, and here they are with possession just on the halfway mark. Backo running strongly. Can he slip it? He certainly can. And Belcher was trailing him. And Belcher is going to plant that ball down underneath the post. Backo and Belcher. Now, young Daly. 10 metres inside the Broncos half. Here's Backo. Big Sam's gone straight through. Where's the support? Backo might not need any. No, he's pulled down by the littlest man on the field, Alan Langer. David and Goliath. Here come the Raiders with Jackson. An overhead pass, and the Raiders are in, I think you'll find. Raiders are in. Indeed, it's Bellamy.
G. Haven't really looked for support much in this game, the Brisbane players. Langer. Madison. Chip for the outside backs.
Oh, great opportunity for Henjack here to put Ferguson away. Down the touchline. Scott on Ferguson. He won't get him.
Oh, yes.
Just too much pace. A little salute in the air from Ferguson. Total confidence. Scott couldn't do it for pace.
Canberra Raiders searching for yet another try. Lance and Belcher. Beautiful pass for Daly. Only just 10 metres out. Caught a bit flat here as Walters takes it from dummy half. Last tackle now for the Raiders. Belcher linking up with Jackson. There's a try on Jackson. Will do it easily. Oh, that's how simple it is.
O'Sullivan with the feed. Well, they're going to win one against the feed, Brisbane. It's been a long time coming from Canescu. Crowd of just over 16,000 announced here at Lang Park this afternoon. Very disappointed number of Brisbaneites too.
Niebling. Dowling on the blind. Ball finds its way out to Burke. Can he reach out and score? Touch judge says everything's okay. It's a try for Brisbane. Well, there really is a lot of pressure on this Brisbane attack when there's no Wally Lewis. Just left the Langer. Can't produce the goods all the time. Now he offloads for Niebling. Testman was looking to support him, but he couldn't get the return pass. Slowly to his feet. Testman. Cut-out pass there. Hancock goes back infield. Well, that pass has come just in time for Billy Note to score right on the siren, adding a little bit more strength to their effort today. So the final scoreline at a handsome one in favour of the Canberra Raiders will read 36-16.
And while the battle for the Winfield Cup was settling down to a great struggle, the representative season was upon us. So too was the Panasonic Cup final, where Balmain found themselves in yet another final. And it was the Winfield Cup disappointments, St George, who'd saved their best for the Panasonic Cup.
Last tackle for the Saints. Bailey puts this one high in the air. Pressure now for Gary Jack. Up he goes. The ball is loose. Saints come up with it. It's gone out for Walford. And it goes to Robinson. Robinson's in the corner to score.
Hectic pace, mistakes coming from both sides in the handling department. The kick from Benny Elias. Both hookers trying to take the short angles out of the dummy half position with their kicks. Walford bringing it back. Billy, this time last year you were sitting on the sideline rather nervously as the coach of the Tigers. A tremendous pace.
It sure is, Graham. I feel a bit more comfortable this year than I did at this stage last year, but here's a great break by...
Well, here goes Johnston. He looks for Walford. He's found him. A try to St George out of nothing. Absolutely from nothing. Gary Jack now. Robinson on the run around. Pearce. Pressure pass for Gardner. Walford was sweating on it. Elias handles that ball well. Out it goes for Davidson. Takes on Brett Clark. Good tackle from the St George halfback. Now they've got the numbers stretched out wide. Maguire charges on. Beattie tries to read it and cut it off. The ball's still alive. Conlon. Jack on the intercept. Away goes Gordon. Under the dot. Right under the post. They tried to force the pass, but look at this. Oh, what a celebration for the Saints. 16-4. Neal. Conlon. Jack. Gets to the outside of his man. The overlap for the Tigers. The dummy from Parrish. Inside the quarter line. The Tigers searching for this try. Can they get it? Maguire. Back it goes to Pearce. Gardner. Moss to the corner. Will he get there? They've been searching for it for 3 quarters. They've finally got it. Neal keeps it alive. They're not going to give up the Tigers. Beattie will just dive on it. That's it. An upset victory to St George. The Panasonic Cup final of '88 goes to the red and whites. They did it so well. 3 tries to 1, but more than that, their defence at times was outstanding.
Craig Young leads the victorious St George side to the presentation area. For the first time, St George have won the Panasonic Cup. Moving up to the victory dais to be met by John McGuirk, the Australian sales manager for Panasonic, Ken Arthurson, the Australian Rugby League chairman, and Bob Condon, New South Wales sales manager for Panasonic. And here it is, the Panasonic Cup.
State of Origin was here again, and Queensland were defending their crown against a New South Wales side with a new coach, Johnny Peard. At international level, the Englishmen were here, and they'd show us that no longer were they easy beats.
Well, New South Wales with a chance here. O'Connor, what's on the face? O'Connor, oh, he tried to slip it out. He couldn't. Gary Jack dancing twice, the link up, and he can't. They belly down. out pretty hard too. 10 metres out is Gary Jack. Eddinghausen fires it in for Lamb. It goes to Sterling. It goes behind him. He picks it up. Gets it wide. They've got the overlap. If they can just link up New South Wales. But the Queensland defence is over there. Elias gets one out for Pearce. Pearce flicks it back to Lamb. They're keeping it alive. Sterling on the run around. That's Pearce. Now it's Elias. Now it's O'Connor. O'Connor for the line. He'll get there. Oh, yes. O'Connor with a great try. Anyway, the game has gone on. The Cairns are now being booted off the field. And it's on. Queensland 2 short. New South Wales 1. And the feeling is about 120 degrees, the temperature. This is Terry Lamb. Peter Jackson got an intercept. Ferguson coming at him. Can Ferguson get him? Yes, he can. Oh, well, Jackson went away with the intercept and Ferguson came up. And there's a late tackle. There's a late tackle. And the Cairns are back on. And there's another one off. Yes, sir. Stephen Folkes has been sent off.
Well, Folkes had to go. That's a fair decision.
Linda's now hurt.
Well, I've only got 11 on. Somebody's off. And it's going to be Folkes.
Well, I'm not sure. I know Folkes is off, but I'm not sure for good or just for 5 or 10.
No, it's for this.
5 minutes. He's off for 5.
Sin bin.
Okay. Right. Linda charging at the line. Queensland only a metre out. This crowd is going to erupt. I'll tell you, if they score, can New South Wales hold them out? Matty Morton going forward. They stop him, they wrap him up. There's one to go. Watch for Langer. Watch for Langer. Number 7. Oh, no, they go for Dillon. He's in there. Oh, wait. He's there. Comes out to Sterling. Oh, bad ball. Folkes, though, rolls and takes it. 4th tackle. Done. Dummy half to Sterling. They're trying everything. There's a little chip kick by Connor. Yes. Oh, wait, see.
He's ruled out.
No try. Well, I can't see it. Langer back for Lewis. Lewis with a wild one with Gilmister. Gilmister tries to unload, but he can't. Taken by Dunn. Canescu to Langer. Steps inside Langer. He gets the ball to Bobby Lina. Bobby Lina trying to unload it. He can't. Gilmister was trailing him. He couldn't get it away. Canescu and Langer is in. That's all over. Langer's in. And look at Lewis. This is the motion here. The little man has gone in and Lewis has gone there. Well, the countdown just about on. 12 seconds left. New South Wales on the ball. Hassler puts a chip over the top. Gary Jack following it through. Taken though by Queensland. 4 seconds. There's the countdown. And Queensland have done it. And they will go mad. And this crowd has erupted. Queensland have won the first, the second, and the state of origin encounters from 1988. And New South Wales will lose us tonight. The scoreline 16-6 for Queensland.
That's inside the 22.
Yes, you are correct. There was a bit of stopping and all sorts of things going on here. Hillary Hanley having a bit of push and shove with Bacco, but let's come back here as O'Connor. Oh, yes! O'Connor! He does it! That's off the Max's below! Give him a chance and he just puts him! Oh, beautiful try for Australia from O'Connor! Well, Lewis. And to Gary Jack. O'Connor. Unloads a good ball this time to Sterling. Again, Gregory's high. Sterling had a little look then too. Lewis, a little chip. Lewis gets it back. Chance. Oh yes, Jackson. Beautiful play from Lewis. Has put Jackson over. Sterling, Fullerton Smith. Out to O'Connor, flicks it back to Canescu. On to Sterling. Lewis is like touch football at the moment. Bacco onto Lewis. The crowd have gone up here in Australia right away again. Gary Jack gets it onto Eddinghausen. He'll score. Oh yes, he teed it into the corner. Eddinghausen in. A great play from Australia. They just kept it alive. Gregory from dummy half. Out of 1. Out of 2, but can't link up. Hume was there, overran him. Hanley splits him. Oh, he's got some pace. He's a good footballer, this bloke. And out it comes now to Ford. Ford puts down the extra run. Will he make it?
surprises me a little, but then Australia have been pushing the ball a bit harder. Lewis, little flick round, flick pass. Look at this, they're just running everywhere. Jackson, still dancing. Jackson, still playing Jackson. Oh, it's a good player. Good player, Jackson. Australia close.
They've got Hanley even in front of them.
Oh, there's a try. It's a try, no doubt about it. Lewis plays it back to Canescu. Gets it on to Sterling. He handballs it over for Jackson. Gets it on now to Eddinghausen. Eddinghausen just short, though. Good defence this time from Great Britain. They come across and cut him off. Pearce, he'll go from there. Pearce, and he'll score. Well, now there's plenty happening. Players all over the place. Australia say, let's play football. Sterling on to Bobby Linder. Linder gets it to Lewis. Oh, it's a score! Australia in again. Lewis under the post. Jackson shapes the kick, frees the arms up. The ball picked up, flick back. Bullet and Smith, they're going nowhere, but they're throwing it around. Pearce, he'll straighten it up, flicks it back inside, goes to Lewis, on to Sterling. It's full time. Australia have defeated Great Britain 34 points to 14 here in Lake Park, wrapping up the bicentennial series to blot. With one more game remaining in Sydney, can Great Britain come back? This is Hume, Wardell, dummy half, and they're inside Australia's 22. They're in the danger zone now. Let's see if they can put a string of passes together. Yes, they do! Andy Gregory, he gets the ball out of there in. Oh, that's all right too. Martin Lockyer in for Great Britain. Gregory spins it out for Ward. He gets it back for Gregory. Gregory straightens the attack up. If he's got some runners, he has in Hume. Ball loose. Gregory there to snap on it. He's darting around. He's elusive, this little man. Loose pass back. It comes on to Ford. He's a stepper forward. Winds up Ford. He's going to get there. On it again. Oh, there's some good play there that time from Ford. He can step this ball, I'll tell you. Andy Gregory, the little chip kick. They've rehearsed this many times at training. Through the runners come. Henderson Gill, and it's a try. Well, it's Henderson Gill's gone absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Slapping hands, saying, what about that? Australia need to score here desperately. Gets it on to Jackson. But again, this defence comes over. This time, David Hume. Back over. No, he's in. Oh, the big fella maintains his record and cracks him and gets the try Australia needed. This is Lachlan. Lachlan winds up. Lachlan straight through. Australia still going. Lachlan. And he's got support too. Unloads it. Oh, look at this. Henderson Gill winding up. It's a chase. Gary Jack comes with him, but that's a great try. Oh, Great Britain in, and he does a bit of a boogie. And the Union Jack flags here have gone absolutely crazy. Hume. Andy Gregory makes another three. Oh, still going. Andy Gregory's got Mike Gregory with him. Here's another try coming up in the league up. Gregory hasn't got the legs. Down he goes. He'll get there. Mike Gregory has done it for Great Britain under the post. Oh boy, oh boy. Belcher, last tackle Australia. Lewis gets one for Gary Jack, but straight away he's belted down. The ball goes loose, and Great Britain have fallen on it. Malcolm really, he just wants to hear the siren. That's all he wants to hear.
Well, we've got 20 seconds left, and we've got 4 plays left for Great Britain. There'll be 4 runs from dummy half. Congratulations, Great Britain.
Board. Mick, your summary?
Well, I think they've definitely been the better side today. They've come out prepared to work in defence. They've been creative in attack. Whereas Australia have come up, their discipline with the ball has been very ordinary today, and it's something we don't expect from the Australian side.
It's all over. Ray French is delighted. The English flags will fly here now. Malcolm, really, what a great moment for him. And look at the Union Jack flying high. Strong emotion here at the Sydney Football Stadium. They've waited a long, long time, and this little man had a lot to do with it. He's had a marvellous game. Mike Gregory, a great game. Ellery Hanley, courageous, been down a number of times and came back. Lachlan's played the best game we've seen him play in this country today. And here's the traditional swapping of jumpers. Hume and Lewis swapping jumpers, the 2 number 6s. And this is a great moment for Rugby League internationally, believe you me. That's in no way being detrimental to Australia's loss, but the game needs to be strong internationally.
Well, with the representative season out of the way for another year, clubs were now able to devote all of their attention to the Winfield Cup. But the congestion at the top of the table was just unbelievable. The Broncos looked to be running out of steam as injuries took their toll. And when they played Souths in Friday night football, everyone could see the problems they had. Chisholm just outside the corner, about 30 metres out from the Brisbane line. Hosking takes it over that corner line. Been running very strongly. Now Fennick. Able to keep it alive with Blake and Coleman. Coleman's pass out there for Michael Blake. Still going. He's caught only about 8 metres out from the Brisbane line. More pressure for the Broncos. Here's Blake, a pass that looked forward. Well, it's been allowed to continue. They keep it alive, South Sydney. Blake again. This time Chisholm dropped and came back inside. At last tackle signal now. Well, I thought there was a forward pass in there. You're quite right. Blake to Coleman. Coleman got it away to Roberts. Out to O'Neill, who's in to score. A good try.
All the match has been spent the first 20 minutes down the other end of the ground. Fennick easily out of dummy half. Hoskins. Well, they certainly are finding plenty of room up the middle. He's still going. Alan Langer had to come again to bring him down. Coleman. Long passes are catching Brisbane out. Roberts is into a hole. He has support out for Longbottom. He's got a ton of pace. Can he get to the corner? He will. Super try. Oh, yes, there's Roberts.
Just outside the South Sydney quarter now. Here's Langer. Lost the ball again. Behind him though. And they're able to continue play as Miles running strongly out wide. Slipped the pass to Rowan Teevan. But a very, very strong tackle on Teevan stopped his progress. Now Chris Johns. Very close to the line. The Broncos. Closest they've been all match. Canescu swarmed upon. About 8 metres out from the South Sydney line. Miles running straight across field. The pass to Lewis was read easily by the South Sydney defence. Here's Miles again. They hold him only about a metre from the line.
But they've got the numbers on South. If they can get a quick play of the ball's got to go left.
It wasn't a quick one. Miles took a long time to get up there. Langer, and then quick hands across. Oh, and it's picked up by Laman, who's in to score. It finished up being a very, very soft try in the end.
If you get a little bit more pace and agility, it'd be a lot better football.
Now South Sydney with Blake stepping around Tessman. Still going Blake. He's got support too from Andrews. Andrews to the corner line. Anyone there? Yes, my word. Spinning it out wide. And away goes Blake. No try. No try. Took the corner post with him.
Great defence from Michael Hancock. Great cover from the Brisbane winger.
Yes, well, this was a try that was always on until the last vital second. He just got pushed out over the...
He got that ball down, Rich.
Looks like a try. Looked like a try on the replay.
Gee whiz, that was a try.
Well, have a look along the line. Can we see the head-on shot?
I reckon he got that ball down before he took the corner post, for sure. Here's little Alan Langer. Keeping it alive with Kilroy. And he's lost the ball. Dear, oh dear. Have a look at that try again.
Well, here we go. Have a look. Watch his legs. Well, I think his legs are over the sideline. I think really it's an...
So the Broncos will restart again from the centre of the 22. We have about a minute and a half of play remaining. Tessman. Down the blind side, they're able to make a couple of metres. Langer again. And then Laman, and then on to Madison, who's just knocked it on. Terrible stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it is pretty ordinary stuff. That's the sort of an error that you'd slap a 7-year-old on the bum and say, you've got to do better than that, son. Just throwing the ball away. So there it is before the scrum's even set. The siren's gone. So South Sydney have come out winners to the tune of 16 points to 4, and that was a fine effort from the Rabbitohs.
Maven in a dummy half. South starting to string a few passes together now. Davidson out the back for Fennick. Kept alive by Coleman now. Jura. Maven. 40 metres out from the Sharks line. Fennick. Look for support. He lost that ball in the tackle. It went back. 6 more tackles, says Eddie Ward. Blake sights an opening right up the middle. Incredible pace. He'll score. They won't stop him. Absolute brilliance. He sighted the gap, went for it, and forget all about it, Cronulla. He was gone.
Look at that. Last tackle single now for Cronulla. Back for Watson. Charged down by Coleman. That's a try.
No argument.
No question in the world. Craig Coleman, all smiles. He was on the spot. A dead set charge down, regathered, and they scored a try. And lost a boot in the process. Long bottom. Blake. Ellison. Oh, pass has gone astray. Cronulla come back with it. 32 out. Now here's an opportunity for Cronulla as Miller turns it back inside for O'Connor. Longbottom is down on the ground with cramps, and there are plenty of numbers out here on the left-hand side, and that's where the ball is coming now for Cronulla. They've got plenty of numbers out here as they raid away. It's gone back inside, picked up by Craig Diamond, and Diamond's in to score a Cronulla try.
Just outside their quarter line. Another raid on its way from Cronulla. Speechley across the ruck for Miller. He has some support there. Hatch, 10 metres out now, last tackle. The Cronulla player was fouled off the ball. O'Connor fumbling the ball. Got into the in goal. And waved dead. The touch judge will come in. There was a Cronulla player. It was O'Connor, a tackle ago, that was hammered without the ball.
Yes, see this again. There's the closeness of it. And, well, I don't know there. O'Connor was taken out of the play. We didn't see that action. Let's have a look at it from a slightly different angle.
Well, there he goes.
There it was. Chisholm was the man.
Interesting to see if Eddie Ward rules strongly on this. The touch judge was quick to come in.
Well, it was only a push after all said and done. It wasn't a tackle. It was there they were.
Well, the penalty has come, and with it, the pressure. We go down close to the last 5 minutes.
Now, they're going to take a tap, obviously. They're not going to take the kick at goal. I reckon they can score a try. Fair enough.
Porter just taps it, goes straight ahead. McGaw's been summoned to the sideline to come off, but he won't leave the field. Dummying from the dummy half. Bishop tried to stretch out. He's got there right next to the post. It's going to tie it up. Just from the dummy half position.
Now, this is South Sydney's last opportunity. One would think they can play up for a draw if they can get the ball from the scrum. They've done that. Now, Bronco Jura goes away up the sideline for a bit of a run.
I think you've got to be a little critical of Cronulla for not getting in better position for that second shot on the field goal. Adam O'Neill.
He's been walked around the park.
Wants to fight everybody. Oh, Cronulla's got a penalty.
Oh, Adam O'Neill's
right on the
conceded
side.
a penalty. This is ridiculous.
Oh, what drama here at the stadium.
Oh, and he's just compounded the error by going up to the referee and giving him a mouthful. Now, there is a stupid action.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, Billy Anderson, dramatic stuff down there.
Look, the pressure on the goal kicker here would be absolutely unbelievable. 12 all score line. The hooter has gone, and Watson's lining this one up. I just wonder what things would be going through his mind at this point.
And I wonder what things are going through Adam O'Neill's mind at the moment. Sean Watson, about 12 metres in from touch, just past the quarter line, a kick that can win the match for his side. And he only has kicked 2 from 5 tonight. Here it is, wasting no time. It's in the air, and he has kicked it, and Cronulla win. Well, what a dramatic finish
unbelievable.
The dummy from Walters, not accepted by Folks. Lance for Stewart, dummy. Now they look for Meninga. He was standing pretty flat when he took that ball. He wasn't coming from very deep. Ellis takes it, runs strongly, straight into touch, bounces off, puts Backo into the clear. Out for Ferguson. He beats Mortimer. Past Nelson for the try.
Dean Lance. And again, the Raiders find themselves in a perfect position to put something on. Stewart. Daly. Out of one, Daly. Into the clear, Laurie Daly. Looks for support now. It wasn't there. Couldn't get the pass away. Daly will play it only 12 metres out. Walters from dummy half links up with Clyde. Clyde got it back to Walters to Belcher. Belcher one-handed back to Backo. Backo off the ground, almost back to Walters. Walters is caught, can't get it away. Last tackle now for the Raiders. It's across to Stewart. Stewart steps. Stewart goes down, scores, and throws the ball high in the air with delight.
This defence is just swarming in on Canterbury and they can't find an answer. Langmack trying to use some skills on the edge of the ruck. He does so for Gillespie. He's not got any support from the backs though. He was left alone. There should have been somebody there. They go back the other way through Mortimer. Long pass. Tunks let it bounce. Everybody's let it bounce. Farrah's finally got it. Rushes off Kevin Walters. Rushes off Dean Lance. He has support inside in Lamb. Lamb's got Robin Thorne. This is a terrific try. From some sloppy play, Thorne's going to plant it right under the black dot.
So Steve Mortimer with the restart. Dummies to about 3 or 4 forwards and finally got it to Langmack. Langmack puts Gillespie in the clear. Gillespie's going to score. He plants the ball down and the Bulldogs come back. Belcher, what a vital kick this is. This could level the scores. And he's done just that. We've got a game that's all tied up here at Queanbeyan. 14-all, Canberra and Canterbury.
Well, they seem to be heading that way very quickly. Here goes Lamb. Took all the time in the world. Very, very professionally done by Canterbury just to gain that advantage. Didn't mess about at all.
Terry Lamb, calm, collected, cool as you please. Watch out where it goes. Virtually over the green dot, not the black dot in this case, and curves away to the left. That's a fine field goal. Puts them in front, 15-14. Canterbury lead.
Done. 8 metres out, the Bulldogs. Desperation stakes for Canberra. Lamb had to go back for the pass. Does a 360-degree turn, goes straight through. Has support for Alshan. Can't link with him. 5 metres out now, Canterbury. Mortimer's called for it. Dummy back inside, it goes for Farrah. The defence holds. Gillespie in a dummy half. Out it goes for Folks. He's got support from this and it's a try. They hung on and hung on Canberra, but it's a celebration for the Bulldogs.
We've got Bellamy getting ready to go on for the Canberra side shortly. Now Mortimer, a pass which has been allowed to bounce. Curry has it. Curry to the corner line. He's in the clear. Curry, only Belcher to beat. He'll beat Belcher and he'll score.
Easily inside the last couple of minutes as Daly goes for a short run on the blind side. Coyne bounces off Gillespie, goes again. Now surely they'll look for the back line. Stewart. Flick pass for Meninga. He just stands and unloads for Collins. There's the siren. It's a terrific game of rugby league come to a close. And an outstanding win for Canterbury, who race to the top of the Winfield Cup.
Just 11 metres out from the Manly line. Davis is dummy half, running straight across field and put down Sirinen in there. So is Roach. 10 metres out from the Manly line. Gately. Oh, this is going to be one heck of a game, and I've got Rex Mossop who's breaking pencils already. Kevin Ward. Sirinen in there, and so is Steve Roach. Hasler.
Sirinen just gave Ward a smack in the face. That was interesting.
Now O'Connor is put down just 30 metres out. Lions back to Dwyer. A mistake from Dwyer. He's lost the football. Sirenen's got it for the Tigers. First mistake of the match. Freeman plays it. Here's Hanley from dummy half. Hanley from dummy half. Put down just 3 metres short of the line. The Tigers. Great scoring opportunity for them. Back for Freeman. Across to Neil. Now to Pearce. Pearce skirting wide is put down 12 metres out. Back for Pearce. Bounces off the tackle, got it away to Hanley, now on to Roach. Roach is able to stand and offload nicely. And here's a good rate flash from Freeman. Freeman caught high by Lyons, but able to get away from Lyons. Good run from Gary Freeman.
A great tackle by Hasler. He missed him on the outside run, and when he propped and came back in, he picked him up from behind.
On the last tackle, it's back for Brooks, and Brooks's kick for touch will find it. Only about 3 metres from the line. Neil back for Brooks. Defence holds him on the 10-metre line. McCallum right over the top of the ruck. Now here's Roach. Roach dummies, got it back to Robinson. The pass to Robinson's picked up by Hanley. Now it's back to Roach. Roach is able to offload back to Freeman, and Freeman scores for the Tigers. Gary Freeman in for Balmain.
There could be trouble in back play. Steve Roach, King hit Phil Daly in back play. The touch judge is in.
We'll try another angle. And here's Roach in possession.
Well, Roach is in the bin for 10 minutes.
Yes, behind the off camera there, Roach has been put 10 minutes in the sin bin, and the try's been disallowed. Here's Roach again coming up, throwing a pass back on the inside to Freeman. Freeman comes up and scores the try, or what we thought was a try. And now Balmain are down to 11 men temporarily.
So Manly now to take the play away through Cleal. He's got to start to come into his own in this second half. Burke on the outside, beats Robinson. Can't beat Elias.
Good cover by Benny Elias there.
Lions. They switch deep to the far side of the field. Cut out pass from Hasler for Dwyer. Here goes O'Connor. Right down the sideline. The centre kick from O'Connor. Jack's there for Balmain. He'll take it dead in goal. Good passage of play from Manly. Manly now searching for the only try of the game so far. Borton. Terrific defence from Jack and Sirenen. Smashed him to the ground. Hasler. Lions. Long pass for Dwyer into the back line. They have numbers out wide. It goes out for Burke. There's the try. Well, again it came from Cliffy Lyons looking for Dwyer. Balmain again. Away they come through Neil. Stirenen looking for some runners. Dragged down just short of the quarter line. Elias causing plenty of trouble out of dummy half even again. Now Roach is going to pick up the try. He can't. Desperate defence. Oh, what a day for Steve Roach. He's cost them 6 points. And now a metre short.
Oh, yes, this was great defence by Burke, who's able to get there and knock it down over the sideline. Was it Burke? Rapati, I think, yes, you're right. Here's Roach steaming on. He tries to get this pass back on the inside, and there's the Manly player, Rapati, to save the day for Manly. And by heavens, that really was saving the day.
Can't beat the defence of Ryan and Cleal. 8-4 Manly. Well inside the last 5 minutes. Sirenen, 10 metres out Balmain. Couple of tackles to go. Neil for Roach. The big man trying to stand. Flicks one out the back for Hanley. Picked up by Neil. They have numbers over here. Way goes Gardner. Russell Gardner for the corner. He's been waved out by the touch judge. Oh, how dramatic.
What a finish to this game. Have a look at this on the replay and see the State Bank replay. Borton and Dwyer get to him. Look at this. Look. Unquestionably, he was on his back at the moment that rolling over the line, but that's as near as he'll ever go without scoring.
Borton. Possession vital. He had both hands around the football. slowly to his feet. Away goes Haggett. There's the siren. And what a game this has turned out to be. Controversial for sure. They're going to talk about that decision in the first half. Roach, the sudden rush of blood to the head, cost his team 6 points. And in the end, it's Manly. After a real brawling match, have got away by 4 points.
So Roach bringing the ball back now. Michael Pobji still getting some treatment upfield for the Tigers. Hanley coming back across the ruck. Dummies his way straight through goes Hanley. He's going to need support. Pobji's let go of the trainer. He's bounced back for play. 22 metres out. Michael Pobji quickly brushed away the trainer to join in. Gardner makes a meal of it from the dummy half and breaks all the play down. Van der Voort. 2-2 the Tigers and the Panthers. Strong defence again coming in. Geyer. To his feet to play the ball just outside his own quarter line. Cartwright. High swinging arm from Steve Roach. The ball comes astray for Sirinen. Out to Elias. Again, oh, what a tackle! Oh, look out, Ben Elias.
If he didn't have a bad back before, he's got one now. That was a tremendous hit. See this again, shoulder high. Drove him back 6 feet. The State Bank replay is a cruel thing to watch. That's a terrible tackle. Totally legitimate, nothing wrong with it, but my heavens, it really contorted Benny Elias.
Brad Izzard has come up with the hit of the year.
One player that is not there for Balmain today after a nose operation is Michael Neal. He's with Bill Anderson sideline.
Mick, 4 points to 2. That's a handy lead considering you're going into the win.
Hold it there, Bill, because Big Block was going to pass away to Robinson. Robinson down the touchline. Infield pass to Hanley. Hanley looks for support. Is it there? Yes, it's there. In the head of Benny Elias. Elias will score into the post. A sensational Balmain try. Started by number 11, Steve Roach.
Missed tackles. Penrith have come up with 10 in this first half against the 3 from the Tigers. Sirinen. That's where they're attacking continuously on that fringe of the ruck. 1 and 2 passes out. Elias, the try scorer, dummies his way through again. Away goes Ben Elias. Another dummy. The pass around the back, taken well by Bentley. Balmain really are opening up this Penrith defence. Belly. Straight into Pearce. Now Alexander again has switched sides of the field. Threw a dummy to Simmons. But unlike Benny Elias, he can't find his way through. Last tackle for this Penrith side now. Alexander. The kick into the in goal for Bentley. He's got there. It's a try.
No, disallowed.
Well, he's disallowed it. Bentley looks around in amazement.
The suggestion is that he's knocked this on. There's the little grubber going through on the State Bank replay. Well, there was a player, Benny Elias, directly in the way. If we can see that from head on, we'll get a better look. Well, in my view, he bounced that ball.
10-2. 8-point cushion for the Tigers. Alexander, he's got to cut loose. He really has got to start to run. Plenty of catching and passing. We mentioned it in the first half. He's got to give them something to think about. Mortimer. Pass back inside. Izzard will pick it up. Gerard puts Bradley into a gap. Down to the corner. He races away from Gale. He's going to score in the corner. Well, they were really showing nothing with the ball, Penrith. And that try really did come from nothing.
Just short of the halfway mark. Pobji, this Penrith side playing to stay in the top 3. Balmain playing to stay in the race for the semi-finals. And this kick is rolling towards the touchline, but Baker is going to have to pick it up. He'll have to pick it up. He didn't. It's a try. Coleman scores. Neil Baker went to sleep. Unbelievable. Baker stood there, watched for the ball to go dead, and suddenly, from nowhere, came Ross Conlon. Now Alexander, who really hasn't shown anything out here today, but look at Izzard. Izzard's made a good bust over halfway now. Looks for support. Found it too in Alexander. Alexander in and out. Over the quarter line, still going. Got support. Got the pass away, which is picked up by Izzard. That is a great Penrith try.
So much emotion leading up to this game after their defeat last week against Manly. Now Mortimer with the cross kick out wide for his backs. It'll be a Balmain ball easy. Jack to bring it back. And with it, 6 tackles that should wrap up the game. There it is. And the crowd's gone crazy at Leichhardt. What a superb performance by Balmain, especially in the first half. Standing ovation for them. Great performance by the forwards. And a magnificent first 40 minutes by Hanley. Roach, as I said, villain 1 week, now the hero. 16-14.
So first scrum of the game. 8 metres out from the Penrith line. Mortimer has it. Runs. Oh, big palmer on Cliff Lyons, who has not moved. Oh. And referee McKellen, watch this. Yes, there's little doubt about the use of the elbow there, but early on in the game, I doubt that this might be a problem here for Lyons. The players have rushed in to check him out because there might be the danger of swallowing his tongue there. He copped the blow right across the throat. Alexander works it. It's gone with the feed. Mortimer has it, tries to come inside Lyons. And Lyons and Mortimer, who came together in the first minute or so, continue on that water. Look at Izzard. Izzard stepping out of tackles, found support from Alexander. Alexander down close to the touchline, comes back inside. Good run from Alexander. Got a pass away, which is picked up by Hasler, but knocked on by Manley, said the referee.
A lot of mistakes coming from both sides. A terrific crowd at Penrith Park. Bill, just like a semi-final, the feeling really that the mistakes being made by 2 good sides.
Yeah, a lot of atmosphere, Graham, but I think a lot of the mistakes are due to the heavy defence that's coming, and the area that Manly's going to have to improve on is just their discipline. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to cut down on the penalties.
Here goes Alexander, right through. Chip and chase. The leg was put out by Shearer. He should be in the head on the sin bin. No doubt about it. 10 minutes.
Alexander at his best, trying to play down, then suddenly accelerating, gets through, kicks ahead, as you'll see. Then Shearer goes for the big trip. The right foot goes out, knocked him down. There may be a try scored at the end of that one. We'll never know. But Shearer's off for 10 minutes. 35 metres out from the Panthers line. Alexander has the football. Now it's to Mortimer, and now to Izzard. Izzard trying to get around Cleal. Has gone right around Cleal. Izzard over the halfway mark. He's got support from Bradley on the inside. On the outside, but inside pass goes away to Baker. Baker pulled down 10 metres out from the Manly line. Sensational start from the Panthers to the second half. It's on out wide, but no, he's kicked it ahead, and it's going to beat everybody. Well, I think that was a mistake from Bradley. They had numbers out wide. Manly have missed 13 tackles compared to Penrith's 4. As Cleal gets a pass away to Matt Burke. And away it goes to Ticehurst. Ticehurst now. As Manly return the order. Cleal will score. Cleal is going for the line. Scores out wide.
Again, Dyer comes over the top. Shearer. Just had
Well, this was a very, very late attack to the head by Guy.
He's got to go. Guy's got to be sent off for that. That was a dreadful thing to a man that's had a broken jaw. That will be the end of Guyer, I figure, for the afternoon. That was a left hand, bang, straight across the side of the face. And that is, as far as I'm concerned, the exit. Yes, he's come on well in the rugby league code. Here's Hasler having a run.
Hasler now about 30 metres out. Manly piling it on. Cleal. Starting to run a lot more. Ward throws Alexander out of the way. Still keeps on going right up the middle. Gets a good ball away for Cleal. Out wide it goes for Ticehurst to the corner. Terrific try.
14-4 the scoreline. Manly this 10-point lead. Get the win too against the feed. Picked up, touched in flight. O'Connor's got it. O'Connor's got support. Away it goes to Davis. That's the ball game. Well, he hasn't got it down, has he? Yes, only just. Bless my soul. What are you doing? That was ridiculous.
Alexander, Carter, Guy standing very wide.
He's got the rare distinction of having taken the ball up about 15 or 20 times in this match, lost it a couple of times and hasn't given a pass.
Cartwright Pass went across him for Carter. Last tackle. Back to Simmons. Flick pass back inside for Alexander. Was well read by Lyons for Gately. And the kick downfield. Will Glenn Ryan have the pace? Here comes O'Connor. Curry's there. Grounds the ball. So it's Manly well and truly finishing on. There's the siren. Great performance by Manly. Here's the kick being put in. You'll see O'Connor come charging in and Curry on the chase to avoid another try being scored. But a great performance by Manly and Penrith in the playoff on Tuesday night against Balmain. But a great win to Manly by 18 points to 4.
Now, that win by Manly over Penrith was quite significant. You see, the Panthers were living on a razor's edge over the next 2 weeks as they desperately battled for a semi-final spot. After 22 rounds, Penrith and Balmain were inseparable and went into a playoff for 5th spot.
Delaney will get the feed. And it's gone against the feed. Freeman's got it. Freeman pulled down where the scrum was put. Well, that was a great scrum win for Balmain. Now Elias got it away to Neil. Neil caught by Izzard, though. Good defence from Izzard. Oh. Got hit on the nose. Hanley got under a high one and pulled down about 8 metres out.
Neil's only just come back last weekend from a very, very badly broken nose, so again in that area for him.
Now here's Freeman again. I hope there's nothing too much wrong with his hooter.
I don't think he's going to be too handsome tonight.
Yeah. Here's Sheridan! Sheridan charging like a wounded buffalo. Pull down, 3 metres out. Last tackle for the Tigers. Elias got a pass back inside for Brooks. Too much defence.
Gee, they're defending well, this Penrith side. There's no question about that. They're a gutsy group.
They sure are. And a great performance from a side that was battered 48 hours ago. 6 points to 2. The Tigers lead Penrith. And while the Panthers try to bring this football out, we've got Balmain's Russell Gardner sideline with Bill Anderson.
For Russell, 50 minutes of football, no tries yet, but things look like they're starting to open up.
Well, here's Balmain, and Balmain are going to score from a mistake. Oh, look at John Davidson.
10-2 the Tigers lead. They've got to be the next scorers. Away goes Carter. Out it comes for Delaney. In pass for Connor. In it goes again. They're keeping it alive, the Panthers. Throwing everything at the Tigers. Last tackle. Delaney. The kick across field. Well, I thought he was offside. It's a try. It's a try to Green. I thought he was offside.
Oh, there'll be some cramps out there in that football field tonight. Now, Carter. The whiz kid from the high school. Caught by Sirenen. An awful thought. David and Goliath. Leave him alone, Paul. Now Cartwright. One hand to Delaney. Delaney's up to the halfway mark. Looks for Green. Away to Green. Green, beautiful tackle from Jack. Oh, what champagne football.
Balmain side having a bit of trouble getting back on side. There's the kick
Penrith
from
himself.
Bradley.
Bradley's been held back in the kick. He saw it, the referee. Penalty, Penrith.
Yes.
And there's a punch on. Green's in there. And Podgy.
Yes, tension starting to take over from everybody now, but we'll see the Bradley held back incident. That'll be the one that is most illuminating to us. There's Davidson, got him by the collar and pulled him down.
Players have just launched themselves at each other. For the winner, again the right to take on Manly on Saturday in the minor semi. Here goes Jack. Inside for Hanley. Freeman. Can he find Conlon? No. Back for Jack. Can he leak up now? Throws the dummy. 10 metres out in the last tackle. One tackle for the Panthers to hang on. Elias. They've got numbers. Neil. Cut out pass. Goes out wide. Still alive. And brought down. The ball has bounced back for Maguire. Still goes out wide for Balmain. A Balmain player was knocked over. It's a try. The ball was alive. Popsy's the try scorer.
Well, it's no good the Penrith side looking for any more replacements, but Freeman's going to score. That's the ball game. Freeman underneath the black dot has put Balmain into the semi-final on Saturday against Manly.
just remember the Sydney Cricket Ground, the final series, the Sydney Football Stadium. Mind you, I wouldn't mind running with the old tradition. The semi-finals get underway Saturday, Sunday. And so does our faces in the crowd competition as Jack slices right through. Hanley will score. Great try. And a magnificent reward for him. And it's Gary Jack that sliced through to set it up. He's tackled by Edmund there. The Cunnings are going to be denied their dream of a semi-final position. Remarkable, only a fortnight ago.
Yes, it's cruel, isn't it, really?
People were talking about a possible minor premiership. There's the siren. The Tigers into the minor semi-final on Saturday. After a remarkable game of rugby league, where the Tigers really did storm home late in the second half through the likes of Hanley. And that scoreline, 28-8.
So the Tigers were into the semi-finals, but what a situation they were now facing. From here on, every game was a grand final. Canterbury Bankstown, under rookie coach Phil Gould, had finished the 22 rounds in second spot, but with a mixture of experience and youth, they were looking good.
Stewart, Kevin Walters, Peter Jackson stands, looks to unload, goes back inside the defence. Hadn't come up completely on the inside. Kept alive for Bacco now. Canterbury not putting the man down, just outside their own quarter line. Stewart again. A little kick out wide for his wing three-quarter Ferguson. The ball's bouncing. Sitting up, Ferguson's going to score. That's a try, a remarkable bounce, but Canterbury guilty of standing back on their heels. Great start for the Raiders. Just what you need in semi-final football. He struck this one pretty well. It's swinging round. Great goal. The Raiders, 6. Canterbury 0.
Back to Lamb. Lamb's kick across the Belcher. Up he goes. It's loose. It's anybody's football. That's a try. That is a try in the corner. Brandon Reed, the try scorer.
Last tackle. Halston. Lamb. Shaped a kick. They left it open for Lamb, and Langmack will score next to the post. Canberra sat back and just waited for Terry Lamb to do what he liked. 10-6, the Bulldogs lead. Alsham for Lamb. Moves, dummies, run around the flick back for Farah, stands in the tackle. Now he gets the ball unloaded to folks for Thomas. Out for Dunn, they had some numbers. He should have kept going the same way. Now Lamb will score. In the end, he got a great ball away. I thought he might have hesitated for a moment, but Lamb comes up with the 4 points.
Very slowly to his feet. Gilbert is hurt. Here's Coyne. Well, they've used 3 just solitary running plays in that situation. Crossfield goes Stewart and gives it back to Gilbert, and Gilbert scores! Very slowly to his feet, Coyne. Stewart throws it out to Gilbert. Gilbert's got support out there from Walters. Out to Ferguson. The pass was forward, I thought, but Ferguson is going to score. No try. Forward pass rule. 18 points to 12. Canterbury lead over Canberra. Just the converted try the difference as Alcham tries to thread his way through. Back for Lamb again. Kick charge down by Jackson. Jackson's picked it up. Play on, said the referee. Jackson is up to the corner line. Jackson is away. Jackson is going to score for Canberra. Jackson scores. This kick could have us all square here. Watch the touch, judges. They haven't moved. It's a goal. We've got a game that's all tied up at the football stadium. 18 points all. Just 11 metres out. Thomas from dummy half. Had support from Langmack. Back inside for Tunks. On to Lamb. Lamb's caught by Lance, but still got the pass away to Dunn. Now the defence gets to him. Plenty of action here as Lamb tries a field goal. And it's there. Canterbury stick their nose in front. Yes, it was a well-taken field goal by Terry Lamb. It didn't look anything in the air. It just went end over end. It was a weird-looking kick, but it counts a point, and they're up 19-18.
Looking likely for the Raiders to shape up to Balmain and Canterbury to take on the Sharks. The crowd will be giving us a count once we get down to the last 10 or 5 seconds. you can judge for yourself at the end of this one, the cheers or the hooting. The crowd counting us down. 2 seconds. Last tackle, there goes the siren. It's all over. Canterbury have just got home after a remarkable comeback by Canberra. Listen to the crowd. Ecstatic as Canterbury, but they've got home by 1 point, 19-18.
Langmack. Gillespie pushes it out the back for Thomas. We've got a bit of a spread on here, Canterbury. Quick hands required. Well, it nearly went into the arms of Magor. 6 more tackles now for Lamb. He finds a hole out wide. Magor's on the chase. He'll bring him down.
Brought him down well too. Rode him right into the ground.
Good cover defence from Cronulla. Hagan. Done now. Just outside the 22. Canterbury on the attack. Lee. Midfield, Canterbury the option to go either side of the ruck now. They reverse play to the left with Hagan. Lamb, the kick into the end goal. He was decked after he kicked it. Quinn's there. He made it. It's a try. Steve O'Brien scored. Ronnie Quinn couldn't handle the kick. Had plenty of time, but they've come up with a 4 points.
Another line. He's done. Surges ahead. 8 metres out. Langmack dummy half. Tunks has it. Langmack again, dummy half. Across to Hagan, a little dummy from Hagan. He found support from Thomas, and Thomas scores a very good Canterbury try.
Cronulla in trouble as Canterbury shift it left and quickly. Bad pass from the dummy half area. Tunks picks it up, straightens up. Offhands it for Langmack. Cronulla falling off tackles. They got numbers here. Oh, well, it's gone astray again. It's still play on, says Annesley. Back for Folks. They seem to lose a great opportunity there. Canterbury. Thomas quickly out of dummy half to pass for Dunn. He pushes it out the back. Hagan quickly out the Folks stands. Lamb gets it out. Nissan must score if he can get out to the outside. Pass the ball. Well, he had an opportunity. He should have passed to Robin Thorne and it would have been a try.
It was a pretty bad play, the ball. Hagan got it away to Lamb, the runaround with Hagan. Linked up with Farah. Farah still moving strongly into the quarter. Last tackle signal now for Canterbury. Lamb. The grubber kick is a good one. It's beaten Docking, and there's a race for it, and that's a try! No try! Disallowed! Well, gee, I'd like to have a look at that.
Well, you're going to, because the State Bank replay will have a shot of it. There's Docking missing the ball. And we'll see the frantic dives now for them as they come to it. They appeared to dive over the top of it. The fellow in the front there, Gillespie, he appeared to miss the ball to me and go over the top of the ball.
Well, dramas for Cronulla.
It was a great kick, wasn't it? Well judged.
Magnificent kick from both Lamb and Farah. Really putting their kicking game together, and just the start that Phil Gould wanted. Their minds are well and truly on the job. They come up with another set of 6 tackles.
Away goes O'Brien. Support back on the inside. This time will Gillespie score? No! Joe Thomas. He'll pick up his second try. Put that down to pressure.
10 metres out. Folks will play it. Hagan and back for Dunn. Dunn pulled down only 5 metres out from the Cronulla line. Kick ahead from the big front rower, and he's in to score. They made it look easy. Speechley, well, he's missed a tackle. And
Thorne's run out of
lost
the
his boot. It's all happening.
There it is, back there about 20 yards. we got a director with a sense of humour, I can tell you.
Back 3 feet. Out it goes for Hagan, for Dunn, still pumping out all the heavy stuff up the middle.
And away goes Hagan. He's going to have plenty of support. He's got Alson on the outside. Well, it was a line ball to pass. And Kerry Lamb, always there, is going to pick up the try. The Bulldog fans are celebrating their way into the 1988 Rugby League Grand Final.
Away goes Wheeler. Again, Cronulla inside the quarter now. Miller Found Speechley with some room to move. Speechley, an overhead pass which has been taken nicely, and that's a try, and that's a very good try to Wilson.
There's Mortimer. Just letting Phil Gould know that he's still around. You stay there. We're on our way to the grand final, says Phil Gould. Cronulla are going to make a liar of me and win it against the feed. Spreading the ball they go. Magore out into the open spaces as the crowd again counts us down into the last 5 seconds. Ball goes astray once more. It doesn't mean a thing. Canterbury Bankstown, the first team into the 1988 grand final. Phil Gould, the coach who's done it all in his first year. Terry Lamb, another fine game from him. The flags fly high. Gillespie, powerful all day. Their forwards led the way, and the fans are letting Balmain and Cronulla know what they really think about Canterbury's chances. What a win, 26-8.
Well, what a strong win that was by Canterbury over Cronulla. The Sharks had been minor premiers for the first time, but were really no match for the Bulldogs that day. They had a second bite of the cherry, though, with a preliminary final berth against the barnstorming Tigers. Balmain, well, they just kept defying the odds.
Yes, let's check these lower grades just while we've got a break here. Under 21s, Canberra 20. Manly 4, a great game by Canberra. Reserve grade. Here's the try.
Against the feed, the Tigers are going to score. 3 minutes in. Oh, what an important scrum win. Oh, the Tigers roar.
Edmed now trying to keep it going for the Tigers. Benny Elias causing them all sorts of problems right up the middle. Maguire now inside the quarter line. Elias and Freeman are the ones that have been cutting this Manly side open. Freeman with the ball now. Neal. Pearce goes without it. Hanley. The chant goes up for the Tigers as Hanley charges at the line.
See, he doesn't know when he's tackled this bloke, does he?
Neal for Freeman. Stepping. Back inside for Neal. Sights the gap. Pass goes out to Hanley. Great try. Manly have opened up again right down the middle.
Now Hanley, no one to pass to, so he runs on his own, and does he run well? Straight inside the Manly quarter again, Hanley. Only about 20 metres out. Elias, this time a shot at a field goal again, and this one is a much better kick, right between the sticks. Don't forget tomorrow, Canberra and Canterbury. Same time slot, State Bank, big game, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We're doing that right through to the grand final day when we're on here all day. 10 till 6, 8 hours of football. You'll see all the grades covered. Anything that moves, we'll have it covered for you. Grand final day here. Here's Hanley. Hanley's gone straight through. He's going to score on his own. And a well-deserved try to Ellery Hanley. And that will be the ball game as far as Balmain and Manly is concerned. Balmain will live to fight another day. Manly will exit.
Two balls are on the field now. Tuvey. Lions. The kick ahead for O'Connor. Jack's there waiting for the bounce. It bounces towards O'Connor. Did well to take it. He's got support. It'll be a try. And away goes Ronson under the post. Oh, too late. But I guess on one of the few occasions the ball has bounced their way. 19-6. Balmain, what a day for them. As Conlon just takes his time coming back to restart. The crowd counting down the last 4 seconds. It'll only be the one tackle. They've loved it. Incredible performance from Balmain, who bounced out of that sudden death playoff on Tuesday night. And a resounding victory. Make no mistake about it. Way too good for the 87 premiers. They were led right through this game by their forwards, who just took control in the first half and ended up with a scoreline embarrassing to Manly, 19 points to 6. Canberra. One of the few times that they really have been in a good attacking position. Here comes Bacco to really test this defence out. They get him and push him back a couple of metres. Well, he was lucky to be facing the right way when he played that ball. Nick Stone let him get away with it. Gilbert getting through a ton of work for the Raiders in the first half. Strong run from him. 5 metres out now, Canberra. Stewart for Lazarus. Keeping play close to the ruck at the moment. Really up bunch. They've got to go left. Stewart. Tackle well by Neal. Walters. Out for Belcher. The kick into the in goal. There's plenty of chase. It's coming. Jackson. He's going to award the
try. Benny Elias certainly took his time.
Here we go again, down the blind side. This time it's Gilbert. Now, most of these moves involve Gary Belcher. We'll look for him shortly. Here it comes across the field. Walters to Jackson. There's Belcher. Belcher's into the clear as well. Over the corner line he goes. Got support from Ferguson, but the defence is too good. Great attack and great defence.
Maguire stepping, unloads back for Edmed. Neil, quick hands for Hanley. They have an overlap here. Podgy. He brings Gardner inside. Away goes Gardner. Hanley. That pass was forward.
He's quite right again. Ellery Hanley throws his hands in the air and says, what have I done, what have I done? But the ruling was correct. He gets the pass from Gardner on the State Bank replay, and there it was.
Now here's Edmed, barging straight ahead and got to the corner line, Steve Edmed.
Great run by the big fella.
The Tigers on the attack. Freeman gives it to Hanley. Hanley got away from Jackson. The dummy from Hanley. He's 10 metres out. Hanley's going to score for the Tigers. Ellery Hanley.
Elias on the blind. Out it comes from Maguire. Gets away on the blind side. He's got Freeman inside in support. That pass looked attached forward. He's going to score. I thought Freeman overran him and I thought the pass was forward, but that's it. The semi-final's gone and so's Canberra.
A short kick-off by the Raiders again. Wrapped up by Maguire. All they have to do is play out the remaining 20 seconds. A couple of tackles. And the Tiger supporters will let everybody know about it. Neil. The tackle from Ellis. They were down at half-time. They were going to do it tough. The crowd counting down the last 5 seconds. Neil again just runs from dummy half.
There's the siren. It's all over. Celebrations in Tiger Town tonight. They're still alive in 1988. Another remarkable performance. Full of spirit, this Balmain side. They will not lay down and just look at this win after being down 6-2 at half-time. They come up winners 14-6.
Porter, straight out of dummy half. He's been picking up some valuable metres there. Last tackle for Cronulla. The kick from Speechley.
Bit of pressure coming from Neil. He's charged it down. Will he win the race? Russell's there, Neil. He didn't force it.
I don't believe he's forced it. I hope the referee he's going to consult his touch judge. The Balmain players are trying to put pressure on him by congratulating everyone. Let's see it again. Here's Neil screeching for the ball. No try, quite definitely. He's missed the football completely.
Difficult decision coming up for Warren Ryan. Gale has looked very, very sharp.
I'll say he has.
Brooks, look at the support coming for Balmain now. They weren't supporting each other before. Now they are. Sirinen. Play the ball from him. Neil's moved to the sideline.
Elias, the field goal, had plenty of time. He's broken the deadlock.
Now, who wants the shot at goal? Miller has it. Can he offload it? He can. It's back now for Docking. Docking, caught by Hanley. 10 metres out. Last tackle now for the Sharks. They had a golden opportunity for a field goal. They've elected to try and score the try. The kick across field. It's everybody's ball in the in-goal area. Who's got it? Watson is there. Nobody's got it.
Having a hell of a time getting out of their own danger zone. Back for Gale. The kick off a Cronulla player. They're all onside. Balmain. Hodgie's got the ball. It was touched. Can he link up? He's got Hanley. Hanley straight across field, trying to get over to Gardner's wing.
Forward pass.
It was forward. Oh, no, says Hanley.
Oh, yes, says Rex.
Now Hanley. Now back for Conlon. Well, they must be absolutely exhausted, both these sides. As Pearce, well, he's not exhausted. Look, he can still get up a good run.
That's the sort of run, if you're the skipper of the side, that everyone rallies and goes again.
Elias, picked up by Sirinen. Pass back inside for Brooks. He's got support from Neil. Neil's into the clear. Pushed off O'Connor. Hanley's got the football. Hanley's going to score, I think. Hanley's there. The Tigers are in.
As he takes the team into his 5th grand final. Elias
kicks into touch. The crowd's counting us down as Coleman puts his foot over the line. There won't be enough time for the scrum. The Tigers are in the Winfield Cup Grand Final of '88. What a performance. We're going to win the Cup, says the sign. And the flags fly high for another remarkable display. Hanley again, another try. The celebrations for Balmain. A tough final, 9-2 to the Tigers.
So Balmain were into the grand final, and waiting for them were the Canterbury Bulldogs. Balmain had gained tremendous support through the final series. Their gutsy performances made them sentimental favourites. But Phil Gould's Canterbury outfit was seen as clear-cut favourites with the thinking rugby league fan. Most people believed the only thing standing between Canterbury and another premiership was the champion Balmain centre, Englishman Ellery Hanley. Well, what a year for Canterbury. What a year for their rookie coach Phil Gould. And what a year for rugby league. It was a year when the crowds were up, the standard of play was never better, and it was a year when every club, regardless of where they finished, showed enough to their supporters to suggest that 1989 could be their year. We'll soon know. I'm Ian Maurice. We'll see you again for another great season.